I'm 70 years old. I woke up last winter with a sharp pain in my chest and the quiet understanding that whatever time I have left is no longer abstract. It's counted now, not by years, but by mornings. I'm not telling this because I need forgiveness or applause. I'm telling it because I finally understand something I didn't at 30 or 40 or even 60, and it took almost everything for it to become clear. What truly wastes a life isn't failure, it's delay. Right now, my days are slow. I sit at the same kitchen table every morning, the one my wife picked out before she passed. The chair across from me stays empty. I still pour 2 cups of coffee sometimes. Old habits are stubborn. I spend a lot of time remembering, not the big moments people expect, not promotions or holidays or milestones, mostly small things, ordinary things, moments that didn't seem important enough to stop for at the time. That's how it starts. Nothing dramatic, just a sense that there will be time later. In my 20s, I was busy becoming someone. I had a job I didn't love but didn't hate either. It paid the bills. It gave me a reason to wake up early and feel useful. I told myself that mattered. I got married young. We weren't wildly romantic. We were practical. We liked the same movies. We agreed on money. We didn't fight much. I thought that was what made a good marriage. We talked about having kids. Once things settled, things never quite settled, but time kept moving anyway. In my 30s, I was tired all the time. Tired from work, tired from responsibility, tired from trying to do everything right. I missed dinners, not always, just often enough that it became normal. I missed conversations because I was thinking about tomorrow. I missed entire evenings while sitting in the same room. When my wife would say, "You're not really here," I'd laugh it off. I was there. I just wasn't present. I didn't know those were different things. I told myself I was doing it for us, for security, for the future, for some version of happiness that always lived a few years ahead. I didn't realize I was trading the present for a promise that never arrived. In my 40s, life looked successful from the outside. A better job, a bigger place. People said I was doing well. I believed them. My kids were growing fast. I noticed it in hindsight. At the time, I just noticed how noisy the house was, how little sleep I got, how much there was to manage. There were school plays I meant to attend and didn't, games I arrived late to, stories I half listened to. I always thought I'd make it up later. I always thought they wouldn't remember the small absences. They did. The cost didn't arrive all at once. It came quietly. It came as shorter conversations, as fewer questions asked, as doors closed a little more often. I told myself it was just a phase. Kids grow up. That's normal, right? What I didn't understand was that relationships don't just age. They respond. In my 50s, I started feeling restless. Not unhappy exactly, just hollow in a way I couldn't explain. I had everything I'd aimed for, and yet there was this low, constant sense that something was missing. I worked more to drown it out, stayed busy, stayed occupied, stayed distracted. People praised my dedication. No one questioned what it was costing me. My wife got quieter around that time. Not angry, not dramatic, just quieter. We talked logistics, groceries, appointments, repairs. We stopped talking about how we felt. I thought that was just how long marriages work. Comfortable, predictable, efficient. I didn't realize we were slowly becoming polite strangers. The turning point didn't announce itself. It never does. My wife got sick one spring. Nothing sudden, nothing cinematic. Just a diagnosis that changed the tone of every conversation afterward. I told myself we had time. We always told ourselves that. I kept working. I kept schedules. I kept plans that assumed a future we were no longer guaranteed. She died on a quiet Tuesday morning. I wasn't holding her hand. I was in traffic, answering emails, annoyed about being late. That moment doesn't replay loudly. It replays softly, over and over, in the space between breaths. After the funeral, people said the usual things. She knew you loved her. You did your best. I nodded. I needed those words then, but sitting alone in the house afterward, I finally heard the truth beneath the noise. Love unexpressed is not the same as love felt. Time assumed is time lost. My children visited for a while. Then they went back to their lives. We talk occasionally, birthdays, holidays, update, they're kind. But there's a distance that doesn't close, no matter how often you call. You can't compress decades of absence into a few careful conversations. Now at 70, I understand what truly wastes a life. It isn't choosing the wrong path. It's staying on a path too long because it feels safe. It's postponing joy until conditions are perfect. It's believing presence can wait. It's mistaking productivity for purpose, mistaking being needed for being loved. It's assuming the people you care about will always be there, unchanged, waiting. They won't. There are things I can't fix now, conversations that will never happen, moments that passed without witnesses. I can't go back and sit at the table when my kids wanted to talk. I can't show up to events that ended decades ago. I can't ask my wife how her day was and actually listen. That's the part people don't warn you about. Regret isn't loud. It's patient. It waits until you finally have time. Then it sits with you. If you're listening to this and you're younger than me, I won't tell you what to do. I don't have the right. I'll only tell you what I wish I had known. There is no later that makes up for now. There is no future version of you who magically has more time, more energy, more chances. Life doesn't waste itself. We do it slowly, by waiting. If this meant something to you, hold on to it quietly. You don't need to change everything. You just need to notice what you're postponing. I don't have much time left, but I have enough to tell the truth, and this is it.